Continuing our discussion on the essential condition get regulated, we come to the importance of co-regulation or sharing our calm. When a behavior we see is stress-related, brain science tells us that co-regulating with the child or sharing our calm is an effective way to provide guidance out of the storm. Co-regulating can take a child back to the top of the ladder where they feel calmer, more engaged, and able to access their logic, thinking, and problem-solving skills. This requires the adult to do the best they can to remain in their upstairs brain, and this is done most effectively by connecting with the child's feelings before moving to logic or problem solving. When your child is upset, logic often won't work until we've responded to the brain's emotional needs, and we need to stay in our upstairs brain if we are going to manage our own responses to the child's stress behaviors. Co-regulating or sharing our calm means we focus on responding to the brain's emotional needs. We can do this using the strategies on this slide. We start by pausing to assess the situation and checking our own response to make sure we remain calm and a secure base for the child. We acknowledge feelings in a non-judgment way, use physical touch like a hand on the shoulder or a hug. We use empathetic facial expressions that tell your child you are listening and present, and we use a nurturing tone of voice. By starting with connection, your child will feel felt, listened to, validated. Once you sense your child's brain has settled enough that it can handle an upstairs brain logical approach, you can then redirect. This is when we have conversations about what is behind the behavior, what are the triggers, and we can move to planning, problem solving, or making suggestions on what strategies might help your child feel calmer and more in control. Think back to the example in our previous video of a time your child struggled to complete a school assignment or their homework. Think about how you supported your child when this situation or one similar happened in the past. What worked really well? What didn't work well? Given what you know about your child, their stress response, and brain development, what might you do next time to support your child through a stress response? What age-appropriate skills and capacities need to be taught or strengthened? As stress behaviors present themselves in the learning environment, educators and school staff strive to use similar interventions. They co-regulate or share their calm by connecting first with the student's emotions. They do this by pausing and approaching with curiosity, asking themselves what might be behind these behaviors and why they are happening now. They approach with calm, understanding, and a relaxed posture. They validate feelings and listen attentively if the student is able to describe what is going on for them. Only after they've shared their calm can they see if a student is calmer and able to be redirected and engage in the upstairs brain. Co-regulating in a manner that leaves students feeling heard, understood, and supported requires educators to get to know each student. And this is done through relationship building, by creating opportunities to speak with parents, caregivers, and individual students directly about their interests, hobbies, strengths, aspirations, struggles, and needs. Neuroscience has taught us that regularly engaging in activities that promote calm or send the message to the brain that you are safe and okay helps us manage stress levels and practice regulation. Activities can be brief and sprinkled throughout the day. Many schools have incorporated class and school-wide regulating activities that for some students may prevent the stress response from being activated altogether, or for others may prevent an already activated stress response from intensifying. The activities on this slide are likely to benefit most, and we encourage students and families to explore a variety of strategies and routines to determine what works best for them. Hopefully, it has become clear through these last few videos that the essential conditions for learning triangle is based on an understanding of how the brain works. The brain is wired to want to be relational, which is why relationships are the foundation of the triangle. It is through our relationships that students come to feel safe and connected, supporting them to regulate strong emotions and stress, calming the nervous system so that they can access their upstairs brain and actively participate in their learning. Finally, we have arrived at the top of the triangle, learn. When we intentionally focus on establishing relationships with children using strategies that build safety, belonging, and regulation, we are creating the essential conditions for learning to occur. Educators and school staff are very committed to working with you to set up the best conditions for learning for your child. When families and educators work together, students have the best chance at a positive school experience and meeting their academic goals. We understand that there will be bumps along the road, but it is important to keep in mind that strong relationships between parent caregivers, educators, and students benefit everyone.